Welcome back to another portfolio update where I will share with you the performance of my P2P lending portfolio from December. I will also give you some impressions of what I currently think about some of the platforms I'm invested in. By the end of this video, you will know how much money I earned from P2P lending last month and what changes I've made to my portfolio. Remember that this video is no investment advice. The purpose of this clip is to show you my current skin in the game and give you some important information that will help you to optimize your own portfolio. Alright, here is the outstanding portfolio amount of the end of December. On the right side, you can see how the portfolio amount has changed over the last month. Estate announced a month ago that they would replace the high-yielding short-term loans with installment loans that come with a 12% API, so I added additional funds to catch some of the last short-term loans from Jordan and earned 14% interest on them before the supply was gone. Robocash is another well-performing platform for me, which is also why I slightly increased my exposure in long-term commercial loans from Singapore that paid 13% interest per year. What's worth mentioning is that the supply of loans listed on top-rated platforms is shrinking, making it harder to get all the money invested at all time. This is unfortunately common amongst the best platforms. If the supply of loans is lower than the demand from investors, it can cause cash drag. If that's the case for you as well, I suggest you start investing manually or change your auto-invest settings so you can invest your funds and earn interest on them. The portfolio size on Reinvest24 remained the same for the time being. The platform informed all investors that the repayments from Moldova are still delayed as the borrower struggles to meet its sales goals due to the current geopolitical situation in the area. Reinvest24 does give regular updates on the negotiations with the borrower, which sound reasonable given the current circumstances. What's not reasonable is the reporting standard followed by Monestro. The platform has massive issues with lenders not honoring the buyback guarantee. Monestro fails to adequately communicate with investors, which causes a lot of frustration as affected users don't know what to expect and whether the platform will be doing anything to recover their investments. Anything that you can read on Monster's homepage is currently just deceptive marketing, as the platform isn't clearly able to provide sufficient security or liquidity as they continue claiming on their website. Another platform that might limit the liquidity of your investments is EstateGuru. The platform's default rate for the entire portfolio increased to 14.9%. The platform clearly failed to ensure the quality of the loans in Germany and Finland and will now have a challenging year ahead to recover all defaulted loans and decrease the default rate to 5%, which is the long-term vision of the management. While I keep investing on EstateGuru, I am way pickier with my manual investments and my exposure these days until I see a significant correction of the default rate. The last platform in my portfolio is the Inca Marketplace. So far it has performed well for me, but I didn't reinvest my returns this month, causing a decrease in the portfolio value. I realized the risk connected to my investments as I'm exposed to Dana Rupia, which is owing money to investors on Monster. Before this is settled, I don't see a reason to increase the exposure here. So the total outstanding portfolio amount at the end of December was 76,407 euro, which is 1.52% higher than in the previous month. This portfolio generated a total of 612 euro in interest in December, which is 3.68% lower than in November. In this chart, you can see the distribution of interest from every platform. I'm still invested mostly in just 4 platforms: P2P, Robocash, Estate, and EstateGuru. I think that the exposure on the first 3 platforms will be even more dominant this year unless we have some unexpected event that would increase the risk significantly. The default rate of the portfolio has slightly increased due to the non-fulfillment of the buyback guarantee from Rapid Credit on Monster and additional defaulted loans on EstateGuru. The number of loans in recovery decreased as P2P continues to repay war-affected loans. The portfolio in war-affected loans is currently at 5,665 euros, which is 8.11% lower than in November. Regarding loan type, there has not been much change. I'm still mostly exposed to short-term loans followed by commercial loans and real estate loans. Here you can see how the portfolio is diversified across various countries. As you can see, most of the portfolio is actually exposed to countries outside of Europe. This comes at the cost of higher country risk, but often brings additional benefits such as better performance or a higher level of liquidity. In terms of security, most of the loans are unsecured consumer loans backed by a buyback guarantee. A portion of the portfolio is secured by a mortgage. So to summarize this portfolio update, the average investment per loan in December was 69 euro. and the weighted average interest rate increased to 11.59%. The portfolio is split across 1,095 loans in 17 countries. So that's been my portfolio update. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to get notified about future updates. If you have made any changes to your portfolio, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.